Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday. I don't even know the date. December 16th. And today we will cover the trades for YieldMax, high income ETFs, TSLY, and CONY. Sorry, it's a little late today. Had a late night, and typically Friday is the busiest day to do these because there's so much activity. And as you can see, looking at, TSLY's trades and looking at CONY's trades, I mean, you can imagine that it was just, so much fun trying to get this together this morning. But anyway, the fun is over. So now we get to talk about it. That's the real fun. Let's go to the spreadsheet. What did they do? Well, they closed the synthetic. They rolled it. Tesla is priced. It was priced. It closed at 253.50, and they closed the synthetic yesterday. I need to put the date actually. 12/15/23. So they made a profit of 24 million. 24.9 million was the ending profit on the synthetic 240, which means possible Christmas bonus. But again, we'll see. We'll run the numbers. You can see on the bottom, I added a little note for December profits, which we'll get into that in the last tab. A little something extra for you guys, a little bonus for you. But anyway, they rolled it to a 250 strike. Same dates, because if you go to the the screen print here, you look at the trades, you see the quantity column 34,125. So they sold the call and they buy to close the put, and then they bought a call and then they sold the put. So basically, if you look, it's a 250 strike, and then it shows a January 19th on the date, right? So no change on the date. It's just moving up the strike. So they moved up the strike to 250, and since it was already above 250, the buy call was more than the put, so it was not a wash. So we actually had a debit on our hands of was it 12.9 million. And then I plugged in these numbers. Well, again, this is what it's worth, if they closed it now. But again, they're not going to close it already. Again, this is the, sorry guys, I'm just like bleh, out of it. This is the synthetic 250. I didn't update the strike either. Okay, enough about synthetics. Let's go to the calls. So if we look on December 15th, TSLY price closed at 1190, which is a 1.36% gain. And Tesla closed at 254.01, which is a 1.18% gain. So TSLY beat Tesla, but again, they did, they sold a new call into next week, and they made money. So obviously that money gets added to the NAV. So the ETF close price is greater, for TSLY over Tesla. And if you look, they closed out the above with a strike of 250. Again, that expired on Friday. They paid 283 to close out the 250. And if you look at the open price column H, they did not even make 283. So these two were a loss, profit loss column N. So yeah, they were close, but long story short, those two contracts were an overall loss. Oh, I'm sorry, there's three contracts. But I'm sorry, 1 out of 3. The first contract, only 320 contracts though, is they made 325 per share, and they closed at 283. So that one was actually a profit of 13,000. The other two were a loss of over 200,000, which, okay, that's not terrible. And then they used all those contracts and they sold, all of them with a 260-250 strike, which is only 3.34% out of the money. They got $8.5 million for it, which adds to their running total, which is now $17 million. I did update cash and treasury still. That went up about 30 million. So overall, outstanding shares, 70.5 million, total income, 17 million, 100% distribution would be 24 cents. Daily income is 2 cents and daily yield is 0.2%. So, pretty good week overall. But let's get to the active tab. So again, they sold again. They didn't scatter the calls, which I'm not happy about. And I'm also not happy about them not going at least 5% out of the money. But I know you guys are sick and tired of hearing about it. And so I'll try to limit my complaints about it. But again, it just seems like we're heading on the upside direction. And we'll see what happens. But, pre-market Monday, we could be up 3%. So who knows? But anyway, they used all the contracts for just one strike price of $262.50. 3.55% out of the money, expires December 23rd. And possible upside of 42 cents, which, yes, it'll put us above 12 if Tesla goes up. My reaction, again, I'm not happy because, again, I think they should scatter their calls like they're doing with CONY. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know if you're happy with this 3.55%. Okay, bonus tab. So it's getting towards the end of the month, a little closer, not really, but so I want to talk about, what the possible payout will be. It's time to begin that discussion. So I decided to add all of the income that they made for the month of December. The synthetic 240 income brought in 46.9 million. The synthetic 250 income was a debit of 12.9 million. Again, this is as we stand. Short call income, 17 million. Total income, 51 million. And with 70.5 million outstanding shares, I'm showing a total income per share with that's 100% payout, 72 cents. So again, maybe I should add a 90% column. I don't know, but either way, this is it's still pretty early in the month, but this is where we stand. If they truly have to pay out everything for the month and they pay out 100%, this is what I'm showing. But who knows? Who knows what happened in prior months that they're holding? Maybe they're holding a debit. Maybe they're holding a credit. But we don't know because we didn't track the entire year. All right, let's go on to CONY. And by the way, real quick, let me know. I want to know everyone's opinion on the strikes for TSLY. They're doing 2 to 3% out of the money week after week. Are you okay with that? If not, what would you prefer? If you are okay with it, then are you good with this, or do you even want it to be at the money? Do you want it to be less so you get more premium? My opinion of this is I think they should do 5 to 10% out of the money due to the unpredictability of Tesla price could go up at any point in time, and then they could always roll down the strikes, depending how the week presents itself. Either that or scatter them, scatter the strikes. You could do 260, 260, 250, a 265, even a 270. Just my opinion. All right, so let's go on to CONY. Look at this disaster, right? CONY was, what are they doing? Again, I saw this, I'm like, oh my God. But anyway, they scatter their calls, so this is why there's so many. They had to buy to close them, and then they open new positions. But let's look at it via spreadsheet, which makes it a little easier to understand. So they have the synthetic 140. They did not close their synthetic. They did not roll it because maybe if they hit 150, they will, just like, kind of TSLY went above $10. But if you look, they added to their synthetic 125 additional contracts, and they're currently showing, if they closed out the position today, they would make 8 million. So if they need money, there you go, 8 million. So that's where they stand on the synthetic. And on the bottom, I added December profits. So, same bonus for CONY as well. We'll see what their payout could be. All right, moving on. Okay, let's see. So a lot going on here. I'll try to keep it simple, and I'll try to, explain it all. But look at all these contracts that expired on December 15th. So they closed all of them in a profit. Why? Because they went out of the money. They went a little further out of the money, and they basically paid pennies to close it. So the profit was, all green, column N, you could see. So, and that's, it helps their ongoing debit for their short calls. And it also helps that they got to use them again going into next week, expiration date 12/22. They have all different, again, not as scattered, but pretty scattered, of 157.50. They have 160. And they did make a 170, but then they closed it for a penny profit. So that may have something to do with outstanding shares decreasing. I'm not really sure. But that one was 14% out of the money. I don't know. Maybe they wanted a quick profit. Who knows? But overall, they're 6 to 8% out of the money. So I'm still okay with that. Total income they made for the positions, if I could highlight it without, oh my God, forget it. Sometimes, it's nice and easy on the phone, but sometimes it's like, forget it. All right, we're looking at what, 1.8, 2.3, about 2.3 million, which is amazing, right? For one, it's not really one day, it's 1 week, but still, it's pretty good. And now they're decreasing their debit to, now they're down to 3 million, which is good. We can get this to a positive, credit would be amazing. I did update cash and treasuries, 3.5 million increase, nothing outstanding there really. Outstanding shares, 6.7 million. Total income, again, that's a debit, so I won't get into the distribution payout based on the calls. Okay, active tab. Going into next week, we have 2 sets of contracts, 157.50, right? Was it only 2? Yeah, that's right. They closed the 170. All right, so they have 2 sets of contracts, 157.50 and the 160. It's about 50-50. So 6.5% out of the money, 8% out of the money. Expiration date, Friday, 12/22. IV continuously stays above 70%. Lately it's been above 75%. Absolutely amazing. Great. This is like a great ETF to own for these YieldMax funds. By the way, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, just, fun and entertainment, this video. Possible gains I'm showing going into next week, $1.82. And the current price stands at $25.19. So that's pretty amazing. Actually, I didn't cover how much the price went up Friday or down. It actually went down. CONY went down 2.21% and coin went down 3.7%. But again, CONY went down less because they made a lot of premium on the weekly trade. My reaction, it's not necessarily the money face, but it's happy face, right? They're not as scattered as they were, but I'm sure as, they get more money this week, they'll probably do more, different strikes to see how the week plays out. Or if you look at this 170, that was 3,905 contracts. So maybe they're holding off and they're able to use that going into next week. Like Monday, they want to see how the underlying pops. Maybe, I don't know. All right, so let's see what our payment looks like for CONY. Synthetic 130, they made $10 million, $10.4 million. Synthetic 140, debit 1.8 million. Short call income, as you know, is a debit, 5.8. I thought we're at 3 now. Let me go back. Yeah, what is this picking up? Oh, okay. I had to subtract out some other things. If you scroll up, yeah, things that fall into November. Okay, so the debit is at 5.8 million. Okay, so net income is 2.7 million for CONY, all things considered. Outstanding shares, 6.7 million. So I'm showing a total income per share of 41 cents. I know that's not what you guys want to see. But again, this is what I'm showing based on a calendar month basis. Again, I'm assuming what you're going to get paid in January is for December 1st to December 31st. So until I hear differently, that's how I'm going to calculate it. So yeah, but keep in mind, they have this synthetic that they can make money on. They can make $8 million, right? But, it depends, like what they roll it to and we'll see how next week plays. Maybe they'll roll it next week. Like if coin goes above 150, maybe they'll roll it into a 150 strike, and they'll make more money. So yeah, that's pretty much it on TSLY and CONY. Hopefully I didn't go too fast. I know there was a lot, so I didn't, I'm not trying to drag these videos on, long, because you guys, everyone's time is valuable and you just really want the information. But at the same time, some people need to understand how the spreadsheets work, which, by the way, go to the details on this video. You'll see a link to a video of me explaining every single value and what it means on the spreadsheet. And hopefully that helps you guys out. So yeah, go check that out. And I also have a video link on there for how YieldMax funds work in general. But I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, please click like. Any questions, leave it in the comments, or like I said, let me know what you think about the where we stand for the, as far as the active tabs go for both CONY, 6 to 8% out of the money, or TSLY, which is 3.55% out of the money. How do you feel about that? Are you happy? Are you sad? Send me your emoji via comment. Give me an emoji for TSLY and give me an emoji for CONY. All right. Anyway, guys, I got to go. Busy weekend ahead, and I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I'll post Defiance tomorrow. I'll actually make the video tomorrow, not today, and post it later because I haven't even gone through the numbers for them yet. But I'll get to it, and you should see it tomorrow. Not sure what time, but it'll be there sooner or later. All right, thanks again. Later.